Paved it, but they have reconfigured the entire racetrack, and much wider along the front stretch, narrower through the corners, steeper. I mean, it is significantly different, and nobody really knows what to expect.
Skirt bottoming a little bit, 1 and 2.
That's Stuart Friesen talking about his left side skirt bottoming out a little bit. Again, that's what these guys really didn't have any idea. They had, other than the few trucks that came here during that tire test. But it's amazing how smart these engineers and crew chiefs are to get these trucks as close as they are without ever having been here before.
Well, that's the simulation, the computer simulation that really is leaned on by teams in all of racing today.
I like that view right there with that truck on the outside. Tyler Ankrum going around the outside.
I mean, to the common man or fan, even 4 degrees doesn't really sound like much, but a 4 degrees steeper racetrack, that's pretty significant, isn't it?
It is, without a doubt. Yeah, it's again, as you mentioned earlier, it's the most banking of any intermediate track that we go to. Daytona's only really 30, 31 degrees, only a couple, 3 degrees more than what we have here at Atlanta now.
On board with the 3-time champ, Matt Crafton.
Pictures look pretty good, Jeff. It looks as good as anybody out there right now. Obviously, you're not around everybody, but I mean, he just looks like a talent real well. Get 4. Still there. You're clear, clear. Back in line with you, about half back.
Looks like Matt Crafton's holding a pretty wheel.
It looked pretty tight when he got past Friesen, though, in the corner.
But never often to let off the throttle. A little bit of a bump over there in 3 and 4, it looked like.
Zane Smith on board with the Daytona winner.
Nice little pack of trucks in front of him.
Currently 3rd fastest is Smith. Remember, they're getting a lot of draft here. I mean, this is like super speedway racing in a lot of ways.
See those trucks too wide in front of him. That ought to punch a really big hole for Zane. See how quickly he's catching those trucks.
So by 5 in front of him.
Fastest lap so far, you see Tyler Ankrum just jumped to the top at a 30.83. That's faster than the trucks were back in 2019, the last time we practiced at Atlanta. Of course, it's hard to really even compare history here.
You can't.
Because this is completely different than what the track was before.
I love stats, and I love looking at who's the trends on who does well here, who has a lot of top 5s and top 10s. And
you got to throw them out the window.
Throw it out the window. You're starting brand.
It's like coming to a new place.
Absolutely, without a doubt. But I really like what I'm seeing, and I think all these drivers were really curious as whether there was going to be a second lane. I think Tyler Ankrum has proven there is a second lane. We saw him make a couple passes on the outside, and he's fast as well, the fastest truck so far.
This will be a nice confidence booster for Ankrum. He's been down a little bit on, I think, just making that transition to the new team, not getting the results, feeling a little bit overwhelmed. So let's see if Ankrum can put a solid day together today as you look at a couple of Kyle Busch Motorsports trucks, and of course their teammate is the Ford, John Hunter Nemechek.
Yeah, just a little loose overall. It's getting through the bottom white line, trying to paint it. It's rough down there too, so he's definitely having to turn the wheel a lot more than say Daytona or Talladega. Having to put that much wheel into it that quickly is making the car twitchy.
Yeah, the radius on this corner is so different than Daytona Talladega. You're talking about comparing this 1.5 mile track to a 2.5 and 2.66 Daytona Talladega, as we see the 51 truck of KBM.
Corey Heim in that truck
get
today.
By Chandler Smith, and that may have been orchestrated to make sure the teammate can lead, but it's so different here. And you heard John Hunter Nemechek talk about having to put so much more wheel into it because you have to start going the other direction so much faster than you would at a Daytona or Talladega. And he said it gets a little bit twitchy, so that may be something they can work with their front end geometry maybe and help that a little bit.
3rd in line is the 99 truck. That's Ben Rhodes, the defending series champion.